Raoul Peck's 2021 documentary, Killing at a Distance, or How I Thoroughly Enjoyed the Outing, exposes how the white supremacist system of race has stabilized the military expansion of white, patriarchal, Christian systems of domination. Peck combines modes of poetic juxtapositional editing and narrative-driving performances to formulate his argument in the third episode of his multimedia documentary series. Throughout the film, Peck's juxtaposition of historical images of European and American development with images of genocidal destruction exposes how academia and capitalism became the systems of power upholding white supremacist ideology. The consecutive shots of technological advancements in weaponry and its production corresponded with organized warfare against Europe and America's colonial enemies, poetically represents the deep-rooted relationship between government, arms industries, and the racial justification for warfare. By presenting the more recent history of white American men in government, Peck makes it clear that the deep and long-standing relationship between positions of power, capitalist industry, and white supremacist ideology is still heavily at play in American institutions. The images of developing scientific academia, followed with images of racial genocide, similarly portray how white supremacy became ingrained in the sciences by way of constitutive, non-factual representation of different races, such as biological determinism. It is Peck's thematic transition from weaponry to sciences that is meant to convey that sciences have always been manipulated into a form of warfare. The film's performative scenes drive the narrative of the entire series, especially through the character White Man, who in and of himself represents how the white supremacist patriarchy has ingrained itself in society through wrath and fear. In the first and second performances, White Man appears as a colonist, indicated by the pith hat commonly worn by British colonialists. White Man reflects extreme patriarchal masculinity, as he refuses to have any instruction brought upon him or even bathe himself. In these performances are dramatic cuts to colonial destruction, which further represents the wrath that has justified white man's privilege. In the final performance, a diverse contemporary audience watches a historical British presentation of biological determinism, poetically representing how these theories have carried over through history and embedded themselves in modern-day academics. White Man takes on a more contemporary outfit for himself and embodies the wrath of the academic-industrial complex by executing a man for the purpose of scientific experimentation. Peck's hybrid poetic and performative documentary modality sharply juxtaposes representations of white supremacist acts and the institutions that uphold them, thereby revealing how those systems and acts still remain.